which is kind of how I'm feeling right now.
That's a fucking dope mug. That's awesome. How do you put something like that?
Yeah, it's actually our friend made it for us.
You'll say it looks like it's homemade.
Yeah.
But I
That's
don't mean
so
that in a bad
awesome.
way. It's just,
Yeah.
it has
No,
a look
yeah,
to it.
my friend.
You're like, that shit's trash.
My friend made it. Like,
It looks like someone's
where'd
kid
your
made
kid
that.
make that shit, dude? So anyways, we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the supporter watch-along for Locomotive FC against RGV. As you can probably tell, my voice is suffering a little bit, but luckily I've got two of the other Seriously Loco folks here with me to help me along. I've got Christian Canales and we've got Mika Burrell. So, you'll probably be hearing less of me than them, but that's probably a good thing to begin with. So, first things first, guys. Thoughts on this very kind of un-Mark Lowry lineup that we're looking at tonight?
I'll let you go first, Mika, since
I
your boy
mean-
is back in there.
But he played well last time out, so it's just he's not. I don't think Chiro's back there, right? He's suspended. So let's see. I mean, like I said in our DMs, it's very attacking, but I like that. It's exciting. We're playing in Copa Tejas. We don't have a win in this competition, so let's just do it. Let's go for it.
Yeah, man. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm excited to see about 5 goals. I'll be disappointed if there's anything less. Kidding, of course, but it'll be interesting. I don't think we've ever seen a lineup like this. Kind of a makeshift backline too, so that worries me. But we just have to work with what we've got.
Yeah, if you haven't seen yet, Logan gets a starting goal. James Kiffey's back from suspension, so he's at left back. The center back pairing of Fox and Drew Becky is back due to Chiro and Toko's suspension for the red card. That no one's really aware of what happened. So, but
Violent
he is
conduct, Phil.
yeah, but he is
Violent conduct.
suspended, and then Yuma starts at right back because Brian Rebillon, I'm assuming, is still struggling with the head injury that he suffered against Tacoma last weekend. In midfield, Chapa and Richie Ryan
Well, he just knocks that guy down.
in the two holding midfield spots, and then Edson Partida, scorer of a couple of really nice goals over the last couple of weeks, but particularly the golazo that he scored last weekend. So Partida gets another start. Omar's on the opposite wing. Sebastian Velasquez gets the start in that number 10 role, right in behind Jerome Kiesewetter, who is back from injury finally and in the
God
starting
bless.
lineup. Guys, I mean, this is...
Just because it's been a long break for him, so anytime you have that kind of time off, I think there's a little bit of rust to shake off, though I'm sure he's been, training his behind off. But hopefully we can get a goal, just so he can kind of get back into form and get that momentum going.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm excited to see how he and Velasquez play together. I think that the play styles that they each have can complement each other nicely. But then again, who knows? They might not have too much chemistry. I don't think they've seen the pitch together yet that I can recall.
Right.
But yeah, very attacking lineup. It'll be entertaining if anything. So.
We've already got a couple of folks in the chat. Fernie Elias, good to see the orthodontist in the starting 11. He said the Illuminati got to Chiro.
Must have been. Like.
Yeah, still no one knows what his sending off was really for. And then Cody Bachmeyer, who is always sending questions to the pod and stuff. So thanks Cody for dropping back by. He just said, I think he being Mark, I believe, he's thinking if we can't score tonight, we have issues. I mean, RGV, kind of similar to a lot of MLS 2 teams we talked to in the last episode. Little bit of ups and downs, but they've been pretty consistent, despite the fact that they are playing with that MLS 2 roster.
Yeah, I mean they're battlers. I think like I might have mentioned on the pod this week. Yeah, they're an MLS 2 side, but I don't see that same naivete that you see from a Tacoma Defiance, for example, or an LA Galaxy. I feel like they have a little bit more of their own identity.
Yeah.
Nice stadium, that has to be said.
Absolutely.
Really nice. So yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be a good game. They concede a lot, so we'll see. Now that I think about it, though, I'm surprised that we don't see Bassetti. I wonder if he's just getting up to match fitness or what's up with that.
Yeah,
Usually Mark throws guys in.
And
so.
not on the bench either.
Not on the bench,
so,
wow.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a fitness issue or what's gone on with that, because obviously, the deal was done and Derek would definitely be on the bench, if available. But we take a look at RGV's lineup. No big names jumping out in terms of the lone bomb potential, so it looks like RGV is going to play with a pretty familiar lineup from what we saw. I think actually minus a couple of guys that were available for that 2-2 draw in El Paso.
Yeah.
So maybe we're just getting a little bit of a break there, and then they're showing Locomotive's lineup. The teams are out. The bench, though, just 5 subs named. Moses McKinday, Jermaine Forda, Memo Diaz, Sebastian Contreras, and Josue Aron Gomez. So
yeah, seriously, all of our attackers are on the pitch.
Yeah, and just the one defensive sub in McKinday. So really not a lot of options if there's any issues during the game with the defense. So knocking on wood, everybody stays healthy.
Hold up, did they get Adrian Rabiot on loan? That's not fair. Who's the dude with the fro? Look at that stadium. I have to say that might be one of the best in USL. I don't know. At least in the Western Conference.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. I believe there's a few eighth notchers out there.
Yes, I know Fernie's out there.
Yeah.
And from what I could tell, they're treating him well down there in Edinburgh. So
yeah,
shout out to them, and they have a really nice El Paso Strong flag that they've got with them.
We get a nice Mark Lowry yawning shot. Looking a little windy. I don't know.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one for set pieces.
Yeah.
The ball is gonna be going.
Do
a bit
set
everywhere.
pieces even matter to our team though? I mean, at least offensively.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. The teams are out. It is looking like we're about ready to kick off. Adrian Ordonez in the chat as well with the Waza. Straight up Bud Light vibes, 1998 or whatever, 2000, whenever that campaign was going down. Locomotive's going to kick off here momentarily, and I think we'll be about underway.
Nice tactical view. Assuming the camera stays this way, it's
similar to what we got inadvertently in the Liverpool-Arsenal match earlier when the main camera just stopped working.
And
so
they kept showing the fans. I'm like, what? Stop! What's going on with that? Isn't there some kind of dispute with NBC? And
oh yeah, well that was the other part. We were watching on Universo.
Yeah, so, we were too. I was getting so fucking triggered every time they're like, no!
like mute.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, this is even worse in Spanish. But anyway, here we go.
I just enjoyed like some of the player pronunciations of like English players in Spanish.
When he said that he was gonna check VAR, he's like El VAR.
El VAR.
It was awesome.
But we are underway. It is Locomotive RGV. Locomotive with a big chance here. If they can get the 3 points, not only in the league, but also in the Copa Tejas. Basically need a win to keep themselves in contention today.
Yeah, I think that because I feel like the matches have been kind of spread out, at least for me, I've kind of forgotten about that competition, but hopefully we can put ourselves back into it and get everyone, at least myself, a little more invested in it.
Yeah, it's a little weird when San Antonio's already played all 8 of their 6 of their matches. For the Copa Tejas, and we're at 4. As Locomotive in possession early, Partida here, trying to go around the corner, can't get past his man, and RGV's going to look to break. Adrian going for the player pronunciations. The funny one, the one that struck us, I think, was Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson.
Yeah,
Just
that
like
was
super
too funny.
So he hit him with the Richie Ryan too, give him the the Spanish pronunciation.
Yeah, because you guys have all these like
of Richie Ryan.
Brexit names in your
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that weird for Locomotive until Richie Ryan is playing the ball.
Yeah.
Or Jerome Kiesewetter,
Yeah,
I guess.
Kiesewetter might be tricky.
RGV on the ball now.
Looks to me like they're just trying to keep the ball because that opportunity they had to counterattack was super slow and
Yeah.
not taken. So
Yeah, it's interesting too seeing this high angle, and Tony Rodriguez has brought it up in the chat. Just the grass looks a little patchy,
yeah,
which is strange given that obviously it is it's
soccer specific.
soccer specific venue, and so Tony said is RGV doing their best San Antonio impersonation. I don't think it's quite that bad.
That was straight
It
sand.
worked for San Antonio, though, is
Yeah.
all I'll say about that. It worked. Whatever.
I do also have to, as a challenge comes in here on Chapa, advantage played Locomotive's way, they're able to play out, and Kiffy's able to get forward down the left. Him and Edson linking up. Kiffy's continued his run.
I don't know if it's the camera, but that pitch looks gigantic.
Yes, so I think it is. Compared to where most of the places we play,
Yeah.
when they're not.
'Cause that's a regulation pitch.
Yeah,
isn't
because
it?
this is
Yeah.
like, and probably
That would
even
be
a little
nice.
big for a regulate, like, because all the USL pitches, as that ball threw towards Edson from Richie, played out for a throw by RGV. Nice little build up there. I think Locomotive will probably favor playing on a pitch this size,
exactly.
even though they might be a little. I guess like not used to playing on a pitch that size, they definitely will benefit in terms of the style of play and the build up. It just having space to be able to turn and pick a pass.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this room around the pitch absolutely plays into the way that we want to play, which is possession, of course.
Fox with a shot.
Oof.
Shot from distance.
Was it
Kiesewetter
a shot?
almost got on the end of it. I think a corner's actually been given, so it must have taken a deflection on the way through. May have been I think it just might have been a ball like kind of fizzed through, hoping to get Kiesewetter on the end of it, but in the end it is out for a corner. So Locomotive here in the just entering the 5th minute of play will have a corner, and I think James Kiffy is jogging over to take this one.
Orange net is a nice touch.
Yeah. Very on brand. I love their Nature Valley sponsorship too. It just feels very as the corner comes in, floated to the back post. Kiesewetter kind of fell over as I think Partita will try to hold this one in, keep it from going out for a goal kick. Does well enough.
Partita is pressing like a maniac.
Yeah, he is absolutely all over the place. And now Partita
goes
takes a shot, goes down. Play continues, though, down this right wing for RGV, and they're going to try to play a long ball through for their player through the middle, who is one-on-one with Ketterer and has missed a sitter.
Oof. That's not good enough. That is an absolute let-off for us.
Oh, my God.
because
Yuma did not cover himself in glory there.
No.
He went for an acrobatic clearance and completely missed. And then it was...
Ooh, if that was our offense, I would not be a happy camper.
It was Carlos Small, and he's playing in that 10 position for RGV. He went to curl it past Logan, who had come out to close down the angle, but he had essentially the entire goal to aim at and fizzed it wide. That's
bad. But it's horrific defending on our part, though.
Yeah, hopefully that is enough of a wake-up call for the team to not allow something like that on the counter again.
Yeah, I imagine Mark is furious looking at that.
Locomotive, though, get the goal kick from that situation, and we'll look to play out from the back. Trying to play through RGV, who, I mean, they're as we said, and as you said, Mika, just they are battlers, and they're gonna press as well, and try to use that energy to win the ball back. Locomotive doing well to hold on to it here, though. Velasquez trying to go past his man, wins a throw. We talked about it, I think, being able to see Seb Velasquez and his creativity link up with Jerome Kiesewetter, obviously we haven't been able to see it yet. So hoping to see big things from that potential partnership as Chapa's fouled in the middle of the field. A little bit of an overzealous tackle there, and decent spot for it is a quick free kick taken. Omar slides the ball through.
Nice.
Velasquez is onto it down that right-hand side. He's in space, plays the ball across. It might come for Omar. It comes for Edson, and shot is blocked. Played back in for Velasquez, who stayed forward, who rips a shot from a narrow angle, but never really had the angle to score, and he fizzes it wide of that near post. But decent opportunity at both ends now to open the scoring. Neither team's taken it so far. I can't believe he didn't score.
Oh yeah, how do you not? That's an absolute.
In his defense, it's close. It's super close, but yeah, definitely.
He literally could have done to just hit it near post instead of trying to curl it, and then a nice recovery there as well. And can Locomotive maybe counter from this? No, they can't. No
I gotta say,
dice
I'm
on the
really
counter.
digging the pitch. Like I feel like it's allowing us to be really creative. Them as well, though.
But yeah, there are some channels that I think just don't exist on a baseball size. As Small will try to make up for his miss earlier from distance, but cannons the shot against Locomotive bodies, and RGV try to come again here.
I think as opposed to some of the last couple of games
Banks
we
of 4.
Yeah.
So the last couple of games we played, I'm trying to figure out who's who on RGV. There's no distinguishing features, like hair or anything like that.
Yeah, Phoenix was made a little bit easier because you could at least tell whether someone was John Baquero or Jose Aguinaga
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell which of them it was necessarily, but I think let Locomotive sit deep, take some of the pressure off. They're passing it around, not necessarily dangerously, but now they're looking to up the tempo a little bit. Richie Ryan, smart to that pass, read it all the way, intercepts. Now Omar Salgado trying to run away from his markers. He's got two on him. Wins a throw there, and it was actually the forward tracking back Salazar for RGV who made that tackle on Omar. So, yeah, as we expected, I guess, a lot of energy early from RGV. And I guess the majority of the possession currently kind of sitting with Locomotive, although we are conceding a decent amount to RGV when basically we're not pressing them that high up the field. We're kind of retreating once they're into our half and just letting them play around our 2 banks of 4.
Yeah, I think we're showing them a little bit too much respect, but again, we are on the road, so maybe we're just trying to feel out these first 15 or so minutes. But
yeah, it's a those road performances are always interesting to see how aggressive we'll be. You think with the attacking lineup finding its target, Small is on the ball out wide, cutting inside. It's going to drop here. RGV maybe taking a shot from distance. Omar tracking back, wins the ball. And Seb Velasquez with a really intelligent turn in the middle of the park opens up some space for himself. The ball's kind of bobbling on him, and he couldn't really dribble as he wanted to. I think in the end, Locomotive's been given a free kick by the referee just for general tugging on Velasquez there, I guess. But Locomotive in possession now, and maybe just a chance here. I mean, it does look like we are trying to be a little bit more incisive in once we get into those attacking areas. We are looking for those through balls, and we're not necessarily just content playing the ball around in possession like we've seen in the past.
yeah, absolutely, and I mean at this point in the season, it is about being a little bit more direct, not necessarily abandoning our style, but maybe with 15 passes in the build-up, we might do 10 instead, or whatever the case may be. But I mean, now that we've got our main man back, there is no reason why we shouldn't try and get forward as quickly as possible and get it to his feet.
Locomotive winning a corner here. James Kiffey over to take it. He was the one who won the corner as well. Jerome Kiesewetter kind of crowding the keeper, just standing in the 6-yard box, making himself a nuisance as the delivery comes in towards Fox on the edge of the 6-yard box, but it's headed away by RGV, and Locomotive will have to come again. Sprayed out wide for Yuma, the fill-in right back.
Hey, Yuma had that amazing cross for Partida's goal, didn't he?
Yeah.
Everyone watched the ball there.
Yeah, that was a pretty poor giveaway in the attacking third, and now RGV looking to counter again. Getting down the right, Rodriguez looking to deliver a cross in towards Small in a goal-scoring area again, and can't make the...
That's twice now that they've been able to isolate Yuma. With their attacker. That's not good.
And that was, it was a poor giveaway as Ketterer able to play this one out, but it only comes out as far as Salazar, who unleashes a shot again.
Start moving
A lot of passes for not a lot of actual. As then Chapa almost gives it away. Eventually a good win back. A little bit of a risky tackle, but he wins it back, and Richie Ryan able to get back into possession, played out wide for Kiffey, and then Fox just urges everybody to calm down a little bit and have some possession, as there's a RGV player down just along Locomotive's back line, and Locomotive will put the ball into touch for this player to get looked at.
It looks like the ref is letting him play. There's been a couple of shoves and tackles that I think in the last couple of games would definitely been called fouls, possibly even cards with the refs that we had. I think it's okay for now, but hopefully that doesn't become problematic.
Yeah, it was another chance for Small in the center. Still haven't seen the number of the RGV player down. I think it's Salazar.
P.S. Valentin says, "Tell Phil I said hi and fuck you for today."
I'd expect nothing less. It's yeah.
Does Becky have on the Harry Kane goggles?
I think he does. I think he's got the face mask on. We saw him wearing the headgear. One of these times he was wearing something that he threw in frustration when he gave away a penalty. It is Salazar. He's walking off under his own power. No indication yet as to whether he'll be forced off due to that knock. All the other players just taking the opportunity for a hydration break.
Totally not sporting related at all, but I'm looking forward to the fall, so that hopefully Mark Lowry's cardigan game returns. I just felt like we were in great form when he wore the cardigan.
The pep cardigan.
The pep cardigan.
Yeah, he's either got to rock the cardigan or shave his head, I think.
Yeah, exactly. No, but then Locos Nation might call him a bald fraud if he does that. So.
Oh, true. Bald fraud.
Salazar comes back in.
Yep. Yeah, he not overly affected by the knock. Locomotive get the ball back, and
Chapa just made a really hard run, and everyone ignored it.
As I think Kiffey and Edson ended up exchanging passes. Richie Ryan tries to switch the play. It gets cut out by RGV, and now they're going to look to counter again.
Fair play to them. RGV's not letting us break that last line.
Yeah, and they're getting forward again. This time it's down that left-hand side. Luckily, the cross is behind the on-rushing attacker, and Kiffey will play it forward towards Partida. Was he fouled? Yeah, it looked like a foul. Foul's given Locomotive's way, and they'll be able to maybe break the. I don't know. It is strange because we're enjoying a decent amount of the ball, probably a little more than what we are used to on the road, but every time we give it away, we're looking vulnerable on the counter.
Yeah, and we have a lot of the ball in our third, unfortunately. I feel like we have not moved the ball forward very efficiently so far.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying. It looks like Richie's trying to give that last pass, and I don't know that. I think he's a little too deep to be the one doing that. I think it should be Velasquez trying to drive forward with the ball, but I don't know. He's kind of outnumbered in that area of the pitch.
Yeah, they went for a long ball there, looking for Kiesewetter over the top. RGV wise to that, able to cut it out. But we are kind of keeping the out of possession, keeping that line of engagement right around midfield. Yeah.
Is that Rodriguez?
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, Rodriguez. They tried the overhead. Shot comes in from Rodriguez in the end and blazes over.
Edson did it first.
Yeah, it was. I believe it was Small going for the overhead, and Yuma is looking a little worse for wear. He may have actually caught a blow from this overhead kick attempt. Yeah, the ball came in. No, what? I didn't even see where Yuma was in that. Oh, he actually was hit with the shot?
Oof.
I don't think so. I think he caught an arm when he slid in.
Okay.
I think that's what happened.
I guess the shot did take a deflection,
I guess
so
it did go off.
I guess it literally just hit Yuma in the face. Yeah, Darren's in the chat as well. Just in the face as the corner came in, headed away for another corner for RGV. Into the 20th minute. Things looking a little dicey for Locomotive right now. After a couple of decent looks early. As this cross comes into the far post, headed away. It's going to be hit.
Another deflection.
And takes a deflection. Chapa this time with the block. And it's going to be another corner for RGV.
Yeah, we are under the proverbial cosh.
But speaking of under the cosh, still waiting to see who it was, but San Antonio FC and New Mexico United had kicked off at the same time as us, and New Mexico United, according to FOTMob, have received a red card. So,
God bless.
Wait.
You love to see it.
You just...
You love to see it. Who was it? Was it Suggs?
I'm trying to see.
It sucks.
One can only hope.
Hey, man, they have not been in good form.
Yeah. As
Corner set to come in.
Yep, they take it short, trying to change the angle here. Cross eventually comes in, headed away by a combination of Partida and Salgado. And the cameraman is not wise to the fact that play has restarted.
Whoa.
It's a flick back over the top. Ketterer, smart to that, comes out, claims, and then goes for the long kick. Partida, I believe, contesting for the header. Chapa bringing it down. And then a slide, winning the ball. And it's Salazar down this time. The tackle was fair, or was deemed to be fair, in the initial stage. It was Chapa who slid in, wins the ball for sure. Does definitely catch Salazar on the follow through, not maliciously or anything like that, but no foul was given. But Salazar is down receiving treatment, or well, I guess he's not receiving treatment yet. He's just on the ground. I guess I'm not sure why the referee hasn't signaled for.
There he goes.
He just died, yeah.
I just hope this doesn't turn into another San Antonio game with everyone deciding to fall on the floor.
Yeah. Unless it's punished, like in that San Antonio game.
Yeah.
San Antonio, where what's his name was sent off second yellow for diving.
Yeah, for diving. Yeah.
I was referencing our home match against San Antonio. I believe it was San Antonio. There was a lot of on the floor here.
I don't know. New Mexico might be in a Chiro situation because the TBD red card has been up for 3 minutes.
Well, if you look at the lineup, it says that Salih Muhammad got the card.
Okay.
Assuming that's, which I think he's kind of a fringe player there.
Yeah,
New Mexico don't really have a lot of depth, to be honest.
Right.
So, But I don't know.
But Fatmav's lineup also has San Antonio playing like a straight up inverting the pyramid, like 1885, like different rules. Three at the
Like
back, two
all-
midfielders in the field, and the stoppage. I'm sure we'll have a similar situation to playing against Tacoma, where the referee just adds no time
0
on.
minutes.
Good little exchange there in midfield, but then Chapa gives the ball away, wins it back though. Credit to him. Chapa looking for the pass here, opts to play it out wide for Yuma. Oh, sorry, it's Seb Velasquez.
Yeah,
It is.
Chapa, they're switched. Chapa is
Yeah.
where I thought Seb would be.
Yeah,
Well,
there's Chapa. Okay.
I feel like Velasquez is having to come deep because he's isolated. Him
Yeah.
and Jerome both.
Yeah.
Just behind that.
Because they can't break that
first
line.
bank. Yeah.
Locomotive looking for the way through. Opt to go out wide for Kiffy. Him and Partita playing a little 1-2 out there. But, yeah, Locomotive having a lot of trouble breaking down this really organized RGV.
I think maybe I discussed it on the pod before, but this is kind of like the downside of playing 4-2-3-1 is if you play against someone playing 4-3-3, you're outnumbered.
Right.
Just plain and simple.
Through
Good
ball, good ball looking for
Oh.
Kiffy, but
Just missed.
good tackle in the end from the right back for RGV. Samuels, number 16. Nice little exchange down the left again. Partita and Kiffy plays a cross in towards
Whoa.
Kieswetter.
Not a bad cross at all.
Nearly an own goal from RGV. The save is made in the end, but
How did they get back? What did they hit the ball with? It looked like they.
And somebody's injured again.
I think
Bruh.
did it hit? Did it hit him in the dick? Did he play that back to the keeper with his junk?
Is that not a back pass?
So that was when he
It's
initially
cute. Oh,
played
no,
it.
he's tying
I
his
mean, I
That
think
might have been what happened. I think that's the guy.
I think it's an interesting. It's a weird situation because we always talk about the back pass rule. I think as it's written, technically you're supposed to, like, if a defending player deliberately plays it with his feet and plays it back to the keeper,
Yeah.
he's not supposed to be able to pick it up. But referees often make exceptions when it essentially turns into a shot and he has to save it,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
his own player.
Yeah.
Because if every time a defender hit it with his foot and they couldn't use their hands to keep it out, it would be potentially
That'd be a lot of goals, a lot more goals.
more goals. But
Yeah.
RGV on the ball though after that improvised clearance of that cross, we'll say, from James Kiffy, and now trying to get forward themselves, playing it through that midfield. Nice little back heel on the edge of the area, plays it out wide. Samuels maybe able to deliver a cross in, but way too close to Logan Ketterer, and an RGV player had ended up on the deck in the box, and I just, every time anything like that happens, I have to hold my breath because I have no.
Because it's been that kind of month for us.
Yeah, there's no guarantees in this game. Another phenomenon that we haven't really seen today is the Omar just shredding fools out wide, because this is one of the first times we're seeing him back in that wide position. But we haven't seen him on the ball all that much.
Yeah, I wonder if he's been instructed to kind of be a little more responsible defensively, just because Yuma is not a right back by trade,
Right.
and so maybe they're allowing just more of the attack down the left, as we see right here.
Yep. Kiffy and Partita linking up. Partita trying to squeeze it through for Seb Velasquez, but can't find him through that crowd of RGV players camped out on the edge of the box. Kiesevetter's pressing here. Maybe Locomotive just engaging a little higher up the field when they lose that ball. Richie Ryan's ball through, looking for Kiesevetter, rolls all the way back to RGV's keeper. So I got a shout out to Jay Kendrick, who's in the chat. We miss you, buddy. Missed you at Eighth Notch stuff, so hope you're doing well in Central Texas. Glad you're able to still tune in. ESPN Plus is a blessing and a curse, so glad you're still able to watch the match. And then Cody just saying that Omar looking a little sluggish.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just wonder if Mark has told him to be aware of his defensive responsibilities, just because Yuma is not a right back. It seems like if we are going wide, it's down that left side. So who knows? Who knows if that's tactical or if it is just a little bit of legginess.
Locomotive playing out from the back again. I mean, goes without saying at this point, I guess. Omar shrugging off a challenge there, does really well.
There we go.
And now, nice little turn. Sev Velasquez?
Yeah.
Yes.
That turn, I was like, it couldn't be Chapa turning like that. Sev Velasquez looking for a scything pass through for Edson Partida.
That was well defended.
Just a little too long.
Nice idea.
RGV back in possession. Yeah, it's that type of thing. We don't really see that ball that often from Locomotive attackers. It has worked well in the past, though. I mean, we saw Chapa, forcing an own goal, I guess, off a similar pass from Andrew Fox from deep.
Yeah.
Just kind of taking that early opportunity to pass the ball into those attacking areas. So, I mean, credit to RGV as we hit the half-hour mark. They've done a really good job of kind of spotting those dangerous opportunities for us, and they've defended really well.
Yeah, and they've attacked. I hate to say it, but about 30 minutes in, I think that they've been the better team personally. I think that we've kind of been on the back foot more often than not.
Yeah, they're looking dangerous on the counter for sure, and we just have to be wise. It's nice tackle there from Drew Becky, wins us back possession.
Yeah, and here's the thing that I see that might be a weakness that we can exploit is they kind of dally on the ball in the final third.
Right.
Some of their attackers hold on to it just that second longer. So if we can continue to just win the ball back and keep possession, we might get some joy. But yeah, they've been the better team for sure.
Kiesewetter trying to latch onto a lax back pass there from RGV and nearly got some joy out of it. They won the ball off Omar, and they did pretty well to squeeze him out of possession, but the back pass just about reached the keeper in time to avoid the onrushing orthodontist. Locomotive do get the ball back, though, because it was a hurried clearance from the keeper, and he had to play it into touch, so... Locomotive still with the chance here, and I mean the fact that it's 0-0, given that RGV have basically had a, we'll say about a 75% XG chance to score. The fact that we're still 0-0 at this point, we can kind of take heart in that.
Definitely. I mean, and there's still 15 minutes to play this half. I think we've seen in the last couple minutes Locomotive getting a little more possession in the attacking third, so hopefully we can keep that up and maybe get one of those late goals to end the half.
Yeah, Darren saying more like 90%. That very fair. It was a sitter. I can't believe he missed it.
That's like
that was a pin, wasn't it?
Who would do that? I don't know. Maybe Christian Benteke. I don't know. That's just
yeah.
Yeet.
Yeah. As Yuma plays a long ball forward to really no one in particular. And Corti able to collect that one. Yeah, Jay saying, I thought Yuma would be more aggressive from the back line and push the attack a little harder than he has. I mean, we've seen this in the past. When he gets put on the back line, he definitely kind of focuses on playing defense and is not as... When he's in midfield, he can play those kind of more risky passes, but he doesn't take quite as many risks. Do you think it's just because he's like trying to concentrate on his like kind of duties
like,
that he's not. Yeah, I guess. Well, we kind of talked about it on the episode this week, as it looked like Partida was fouled there, but RGV win possession. Referee says play on. Shot from distance from Rodriguez. No, Rodriguez.
Enriquez.
No, Rodriguez, 27. Enriquez is 11. As Locomotive do win the ball.
There we go.
Good ball slid through for Sev Velasquez onto Kiesewetter. Kiesewetter doesn't have any support. He's waiting for the rest of the team to catch up. Lays it off for Omar. Maybe Omar can shape something from here. Chips across. looking for Edson Partida, able to collect, plays it back for Kiffy. Decent position for Kiffy to maybe make something happen. Seen him unleash a few shots from here as he plays the ball through for Edson, and Edson just loses his footing as he's about to play the cross in.
Oh, that's
Omar
frustrating.
threw his hands
That
up
was a
after his cross.
really-
I'm not sure what
Yeah,
the
that's a-
expectation was there.
Yeah, I think Omar had other options than that ball.
Yeah.
And then I think Kiffy actually, I think he's got an option there to, I think he doesn't do anything wrong
here
as
we
we
go.
win the ball high up the field. Maybe a chance here. Locomotive on goal, and it was Seb Velasquez from close range, blazing over, snatched at the chance a little bit. Seb Velasquez looking to maybe open his account, and it was a great opportunity, winning the ball high up the field. Ran past a couple of RGV players and then just got underneath it a little too much, unable to put it on target. He's upset with himself.
That was
That's
quite
a tough
the
chance,
face.
though. The defender's right on him.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're starting to turn the screw. It's encouraging. It's two chances in a row, so.
RGV get things restarted with a goal kick. Headed away by Becky, but RGV still in possession. Kind of a half-hearted challenge from Edson Partida to win the ball back there. And RGV still in possession here now on the left side with Rodriguez.
Yeah, see how far back Omar is? They have to know that, hey, the two of you just need to shut down the right side.
Ball played into the center. Might fall for RGV. It doesn't. And Locomotive have a chance to counter here. Edson Partida slows things down on the left. I think he's looking to draw the foul.
Oh, no.
Referee waves play on.
Referee. Have a word.
RGV with a little chance. Rodriguez tries to slide the ball through. Cleared in the end by Fox. Back to Partida. Wants to go back to Kiffy. And, RGV still engaged in the high press, 35 minutes in. I guess it's a mark of the youthful side as a shot comes in from distance. Not a bad effort.
Yeah.
We've seen, unfortunately, we saw RGV score an absolute cracker
Yes.
Yeah.
in the return, the first leg of this fixture.
That game still triggers
In the
me
90th
to this
minute.
day.
Yeah.
And then the celebration.
Oh yeah.
my God.
They're capable of bangers.
Yeah.
I thought that was a consolation banger when it went in. Unfortunately, they scored from the set piece after that, but
Oh, yeah, you're right. That wasn't the last one. That was the first one.
Velasquez rolls it through for Richie. Richie with a decent pass looking out for Edson. One, though, by Samuels, and then gets past Edson and Kiffy.
So now we're out of position.
Rolls it through. They're trying to hit us on the counter once again. Just loses his footing on the turf, fortunately for us, and I think Fox is able to come away with this one. Yeah, it's a little, I don't know, it's a little stretched, a little, like the game's becoming a little
Yeah.
sloppy, I guess, at both ends.
I don't know. I think that, I don't know. The 4-2-3-1, I think it's more out of necessity just because we're missing some defenders, but I don't know. I don't know if I like it. It's reminding me of how when we played the Diamond in the game against, who was that? Phoenix?
Yeah.
No, the game before that. I don't know, but it just did not
San
work.
Antonio, maybe.
San Antonio, yeah.
Yeah, because it worked decently against Phoenix.
Yeah, it worked decently against Phoenix, but there was one game where it was just not.
Welcome Vince Novoa to the chat as Edson putting a cross in. Another crotchal block or interception there from RGV. They're not shy of throwing their waist at the ball, but yeah.
Ready to take one for the team.
Yeah, Vince, it's been up and down. I'd say at this point, both teams have been a little unlucky not to score. Like 1-1 would probably be a fairer reflection of what's gone on in terms of chances.
Yeah. Definitely.
With RGV having the best chance of the game by far. But Seth Velasquez had a chance just a few moments ago that definitely not one-on-one with the keeper, but a decent opportunity as Omar putting a cross in, no one really in the box to receive it. Richie Ryan able to get on the end of the clearance. Yeah, it's a little aimless.
One of those early season Omar crosses.
Oh, yeah.
He'll try again, ball's deflected,
Stays in.
and then it does eventually go out, and Locomotive earn the throw, which they take quickly. Just a few minutes left in this first half. Omar down.
He was grabbing his hamstring earlier. Omar was, so I wonder if he's feeling that, because he doesn't look good.
Yeah, he's.
Him though, to be fair.
Yeah, that would have been a hell of a touch to bring that one down. As now it's sprayed out wide. Kiffy out in space on the left-hand side.
Yeah, I think something's up. Omar didn't look like he wanted anything to do with the ball.
Omar also basically hasn't moved from that spot
Yeah.
on the sideline. He's received the ball there, and then didn't even attempt to move whatsoever. So now the play's coming down the left. Kiffy passes man.
Nice dribble.
Oh, he tried to lay it back to Edson, who was not ready for that ball to come back to him. I think he anticipated Kiffy playing that ball into the in towards the penalty spot. He laid it off for Edson, who was not on the same wavelength. And now, Edson's down tying his shoe. Yeah, luckily, no issues there. Because I was going to say we're about to use all these subs. Like, we've got attackers on the bench, but we're about to use all of them. Omar looks like he's moving well again, so maybe he's just shaking off that whatever knock he had. Tries to create some space for the cross. It comes in. It's a diving header away by RGV.
Decent cross on his weak foot.
Yeah, on his right. And then
tackle.
Drew Becky with a really good tackle, although he's come off worse for wear. After that one, maybe just a stray foot or hand on the follow-through. But Locomotive playing on, I think Becky back up. So they're willing to continue play as now Chapa's in the center of the park. Plays it through for Velasquez. Velasquez trying to turn his man, create some space. He's urging Omar to get forward, who Omar hadn't really followed the attacker, made that normal run. I think I gotta say, it just maybe it looks like he's not moving as freely.
Yeah, I don't know. Velasquez had to tell him.
Oh, a nice move by Seth Velasquez on his weak foot, saved. Oh man!
Wow.
What a move from Seth Velasquez, and that would have been some goal if he had scored it.
Yeah, two chances for him, both unfortunately unsuccessful. But I think this is what we've wanted to see from him, for the last 4 weeks or however long it's been since he's been with us.
Richie Ryan in the middle of the park. He's got Kiffy out wide. Kiffy torturing Samuels.
Not afraid to take his man on too. My
Shot.
goodness.
Comes back, Edson takes it on his weaker foot. It does not come off, but it does find Omar on the opposite side of the box. Not at all what he was going for. Chip ball through, looking for Edson. Spilled by the keeper, but then collected at the second attempt. Oh, man, that Velasquez move deserved a goal on the end of it. That was filth.
Yeah, it really was. Damn. I think these last 10 minutes or so have been a bit better for us, so we can take the
RGV
My
with some
God.
moves of their
Burned.
own, and then Logan Ketterer having to tip over
Never
from close
mind.
range.
Yuma got did dirty right there.
Salazar getting forward down the left. Is it bugging anyone else that his name is very off-center?
No, yeah, it looks like it was justified wrong or
Yeah.
something. What's going on
justify
there?
right.
Just yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it was a decent opportunity for RGV at the other end too. So Logan
Was this
keeping.
their first corner?
I think maybe their
Or
second.
second?
No,
Okay.
I think it's their third.
Or
'cause
third.
had
They had a
Oh.
couple in quick succession as Logan comes for that. Doesn't quite get there, but Yuma does head it away, out for a throw. For RGV, or actually, wait.
It looked like it was a throw for us. I mean, for RGV.
Yeah, it should have been.
Yeah, here they go.
Samuels restarts with that throw.
I have to say though, this is good football. Both teams are wanting to play and wanting to keep the ball on the ground.
Rolled through, might just come down for a RGV player. It looked like
Goal kick.
It goes out for a goal kick. It looked like there might have just been a foul potentially on James Kiffey on the edge of the box, but nothing given. Yeah, like you said, Christian, like referee very willing to let a lot go so far.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's been good. There haven't been any like egregious penalties or fouls that have gone, uncalled. So I'm okay with it.
Still nothing in terms of movement from Locomotive side.
That's
As
handball, is it not?
Yuma slid in, and won the ball with his hand, unfortunately. RGV with a free kick in kind of a dangerous area, not a spot you want just before halftime as we are into the 45th minute. We'll see how much time is added on here. Cross comes in, flicked header. If he connected it, it would have been dangerous.
All the space in the world there. Who was on
it? Was Enriquez.
Was it Becky?
Yeah, I don't know who was tracking the run, but it was a free header. He just floated in, and it was actually Chapa who was tracking back, and he was goal side, but he was definitely not in any position to be able to deal with that. I think couple of hands raised. There could have been potential for an offside flag there, but if he had made contact. But lucky for us, it's out for a goal kick. Logan able to restart, and I don't know, with the amount of stoppages, you'd have to say there should be at least a couple of minutes of stoppage time here.
I'm calling 5. There was a significant amount of injuries.
Yeah.
Or not injuries, but.
As Locomotive playing out from the back, Richie Ryan played into trouble. It looked like he was fouled, and then and now a foul's been given against Locomotive on the edge of the area. Chapa was the one who slid in, and it is just 3 minutes of added time. I couldn't tell who fouled who. He's given the free kick, obviously RGV's way, and this is right on the edge of the area. Dangerous territory. Right here as we enter stoppage time.
Are those like potholes in the ground?
Yeah, it looks dangerous.
Yeah, it does not look good. Yeah, Jay, he could play. McKinday could play. Yeah, it was late from Chapa. He tried. I think he tried to pull out of it a little bit, but definitely not a good tackle. So yeah, but yeah, Jay McKinday primarily plays as a left back. I don't think he can really play as a right back. But free kick taken by Small here, saved by Logan Ketterer.
Good job, Logan.
Logan could not have seen that until very, very late, and he guessed right from behind that wall.
Probably watching some more film.
Yeah,
that's probably where that save came from there.
Good save in the end, and to catch as well. He's completely unsighted.
That was a well-aimed kick, though. That was right where everyone was in it.
Good free kick, and now a free kick taken the other way. That's the second good save that Logan's made in recent weeks from free kick kind of routines or those direct free kicks, with Beccaro from Phoenix being the other one. As Locomotive have a chance to get forward here. Not too much time left. But Omar running at his man, turns back, plays it out, rolls it to Chapa. Chapa puts a cross in towards that far post. It's just over the heads of Partida, Kiesewetter, and Velasquez, who are collected in there. Comes back in.
Oh!
And a little bit of a miscue from RGV.
I thought that was going right into the goal.
It looked like it was looping in.
It was a little bit of a perception trick there.
Yeah.
And the feed kind of started lagging out there, so that didn't help.
Yeah. As Yuma tries to win the ball back, and it's just a throw for RGV as they tried to go the other way. We've just about 30 seconds left in first half stoppage time, so any action that happens will probably be at RGV's end now, just not enough time. And they are getting forward here. Samuels plays the ball infield. He's trying to create some space. Lively player, has to be said, as the ball's one off him there.
Let's blow that whistle.
And the referee just allowing them to continue. Rodriguez plays a cross in, Richie Ryan tracking back, and that should just about do it
Just clear the ball,
for the first half.
Whoa.
As now free kick given Locomotive's way. I'm not sure the ref has checked his watch,
He
but
looked
I think
at
he's
it right at 48.
I think he's checked it now, and it looks like that is going to be halftime. It is RGV 0, Locomotive 0 in the Rio Grande Valley. So, I mean, guys, your thoughts on a entertaining, if goalless, first half?
Yeah, for sure. It's like Mika said earlier. It's just been really fun, fundamental football to watch. I think we had about a 15-minute stretch where we were the better team, but the other 30, I would say, probably go to RGV. So hopefully we can turn that around in the second half. Hopefully everyone comes out healthy. But we did have some good chances, so credit to us for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the stats now, and Locomotive had 64.9% possession, but RGV had double the shots. So, yeah, I think we could have easily both scored a goal, and so for it to be 0-0 is, I think, a little unfortunate. But yeah, we haven't had any shots on target yet, technically, so it's gonna have to be a little bit better, a little bit more, I think, direct in the second half and breaking that line of defense, because we're having a lot of trouble with that. But
yeah, it's like RGV have created 2 big chances and haven't scored either, and we haven't created it here at 0-0. And then Jay asking, when are we going to see some Seriously Loco merch? We actually got some a little bit.
Can we classify that as merch?
I think it counts, right? Swag,
Yeah.
merch. I don't know.
Check out the Instagram, bro.
Yeah, so we've got Seriously Loco stickers. We're just starting with that. Don't want to get too crazy, get ahead of ourselves. But yeah, we got these pretty sick,
they're nice.
like vinyl die cut stickers or whatever. So if you guys can see that, just a logo, pretty legit, if I do say so myself. Right now we've just been like giving them out. Yeah, if you're in town, just like find us wherever, and we'll hand them out. And then Jay, if you just if you DM the Twitter or the Instagram, we can get your info and get a couple out to you, or however many you want. Yeah, within reason. Not sending you stacks, but no, we'll get them out to you. Just DM one of the social media profiles, and we'll get you squared away.
That man is scary.
Yeah. Other than that, I am gonna take 100 is off the table, Jay. Yeah, no, I'm talking like
That's a bit much.
I'm talking like 1 to 3. Although with you being remote, I mean there could be a chance to spread into enemy territory there in Central Texas.
True.
But
as long
anyways,
as you evangelize, we'll get you some stickers.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, I hope you guys will join us for the second half. I'm gonna take a break for the
Get some tea.
get some more tea, and get this voice right for the rest of the second half. And we will see you guys when the next 45 kicks off. If I can.
So I
brag. I'm just trying to say, like, this guy has been class for a long time. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I was watching him at Betis and being like, this guy's a monster.
Before it was cool.
Before it was cool.
Well, we are back, and the second half is underway. RGV getting things started. It is still 0-0 for those of you just joining us, and end-to-end first half a little bit, ups and downs for both teams, but remain scoreless. So everything to play for here in this Copa Tejas match. Just briefly taking a look around the other matches going on in the West right now. San Antonio FC lead New Mexico United 2-0. OKC Energy 3-0 up on Austin Bold, who currently sit fourth. So OKC upsetting the apple cart, as they say, is RGV getting forward down the left. It's Small, who missed an absolute sitter in the first half for RGV, but cleared away not that far. Chance here for RGV early, and it is scored.
Man.
It was a bit of a mix-up in the box, a weak clearance from Andrew Fox initially that allowed the chance to come back in, and Locomotive trail here in Rio Grande Valley in Edinburgh to a goal from Bird.
It's a nice finish. Wow.
It was a bit of a mix-up in the box. The cross came in, and he just hit it, powered it into the top left corner. Can't take anything away from the finish. That first touch set himself up, and good finish. Not the start that Locomotive would have wanted.
No, come on, guys.
That is brutal. 45 minutes of decent work, but the signs were there from the beginning of the threat from RGV, and Locomotive not sharp enough in that defensive moment.
Did I call for 1-1 during the podcast?
I think.
Or no, I might have said 2-0. Oops.
I said 1. I don't know. I think I said 1-0. But that's obviously not happening.
RGV winning the ball back. Again, referee allowing play to go on, as we've seen. Edson Partida tracking back down that left-hand side. But RGV, I mean, maybe now gaining a little bit of confidence from that goal, might smell a little bit of blood in the water. Locomotive will have to be sharp to keep this from getting any worse. If they want a result here, they're definitely going to need to to score the next goal. As cliche as that might be, a 2-0 deficit on the road is not something that we've been able to deal with. As that ball comes through towards Small, but it's cleared away by Fox, and Locomotive able to come away with it. Richie Ryan spraying that pass out wide.
Jerome having to come all the way back in the defensive midfield to get on the ball. I mean, I think that tells you a lot.
That's where we're at right now.
He's isolated up there.
Yeah, Jay's fact checking us. So he said, Christian, you said 1-0, and then I said 2-1. So my prediction's still on. If it happens now, that would be quite the turnaround.
Yeah.
And very welcome. Maybe we can sucker punch RGV as a returning the favor for the draw in El Paso.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Richie Ryan spraying a pass out wide. It's Partida on the ball. Rolls it infield for Chapa, who tries to link back up with him. It might come back to Chapa here, but he didn't really chase the ball down. Omar, it flicked off the back of Omar's heel. Chapa not able to get on the end of that one. It looked like he might have been able to challenge for it, but just kind of got caught flat-footed, I guess, there. RGV coming back the other way. Small's drifted out to the wide areas. His pass infield is off target. And then Partida dragged down by the goal scorer, Bird. I think this could be the first caution? No. So I guess he's warned Bird there for a second foul. we've seen yellows given for less, but with him stopping the counter there.
He's letting him play. But, I mean, to be fair, there hasn't been any challenge that's been, like, ridiculous so far.
Yeah, there hasn't been any, like, foul play.
Yeah.
But I would say potentially we could see some of those professional fouls creep into RGV's game a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully the referee will punish them accordingly. As Omar on the ball, opts to play it all the way back to Drew Becky. Andrew Fox, he rolls it infield. Seb Velasquez looking to work the angle. Cross comes in, and it's blocked. Kiffy tried to challenge for that one. Now RGV trying to counter. They've been effective, but they slow things down here. I think maybe just sensing at 1-0, not trying to play in transition all the time. Just picking their opportunities a little bit better.
Yeah, I think this will be a much slower paced half than the first one, as long as the score stays this way.
.52 minute, RGV leading, and RGV on the ball. Have it out wide on the right. Just opting to control the ball a little bit, have a little bit of possession, pass it around, and they're trying to work the angles on Locomotive, who haven't shown many cracks yet, but they will spread the play out wide. It's Enriquez trying to go past Kiffy, who tries to keep it in, but can't, and it will be a corner for RGV.
The time wasting begins.
Yeah. Yeah, they're taking their sweet time.
Solid 25 seconds now.
It is the 53rd minute. There's no reason for this.
Well, and it's only 1-0. Like, have some pride.
RGV trying some kind of set piece routine here. Flicked in. It's Bird who tries to control it in the box again. It's going to be out for a throw for RGV. Kind of a improvised clearance there from Edson Partida, who was back doing his duty defensively. It was something that Mark brought up in the post-match after Tacoma, that the one side of Edson's game where he's really still learning is on defense. Mm-hmm. And his naivete can come out a little bit as Omar kind of popping a clearance up in the air, and then Yuma having to try to win it back. Yuma's a little worse for wear. RGV's won it back. They have a chance here, but the foul eventually is committed. Locomotive bailed out a little bit there.
Yuma took a bad touch, and the ball just got away from him. That's not something. It's not something you usually see from him. But then again, he's in an area of the pitch he's not used to being in.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one all around. A bit of ragged defending there, and Locomotive again just need to be careful, because those moments. I mean, if this goes to 2, it is just one of those things where we are not built to come from behind in a short amount of time.
Yep.
So we need to get the equalizer sooner rather than later, and build from there. But that goal really should be the focus, and then not conceding the second.
You can see Seb kind of drifting in and out of the lines, trying to get on the ball, because there's nothing doing between Chapa and Richie as far as that penetrating ball forward. Yeah. So
Fox trying to break the lines there to find Edson Partida, but he can't. Long diagonal ball through the middle for RGV, cut out by Drew Becky, who was tracking back. Drew having a decent game so far from what I've seen. Nice turn there by Seb Velasquez, who is having a good game on the ball, just not on the end product, as the cross comes in from Kiffy, cleared away by RGV, and they're able to find the outlet down their right hand side. Richie Ryan challenging for that in
might
midfield.
get a
He'll
card for that
commit
one.
the foul, and he will be the first player into the book. Slightly harsh that, I think, honestly, given the fact that Bird was not given the card, and Richie, I can't remember
I don't remember
another
him getting
foul.
warned. Yeah.
Another foul from Richie, so I think I think it might just be a little harsh on him. It is
tag him on the back a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe. Sees the arm kind of go up and
Yeah, I mean, I can see why he's given the card. I just
Yeah.
also could have seen him giving a card to Bird.
Yeah.
So I don't really see a whole lot different between the two.
Yeah.
So
In a vacuum, I can understand the card. But
Absolutely.
In context, I don't, like you said, I don't necessarily agree with it.
but Richie Ryan, the first in the book, and things just not looking. I mean, we've seen halves, certainly second halves, where Locomotive have come out as the second best team.
Yeah.
Even against Tacoma, I think we were not the best team coming out of the locker room.
Is Seb Contreras on the bench?
He is.
Yes.
Okay, I would really like to see maybe Velasquez go wide, Omar come off, and Contreras come in, or maybe switch that. But I think we just need someone who's going to pass the ball forward, because
Yeah.
this is not working.
They tried to switch the play to Kiffy and completed the pass, but then Kiffy was immediately surrounded by RGV players and squeezed out of possession. RGV now, they're playing out through our kind of minimal press. It's like ones and twos.
Yeah.
It's not kind of that suffocating kind of pack pressing that you're used to seeing.
I'm sure it's hard to press on a pitch this
Yeah,
big.
absolutely.
And they're used to it, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, a lot of people have said that this is one of the tougher places in the Western Conference to come play. As Bird with another chance here, blocked away. It was a good block in the end. Rodriguez onto it. And they'll opt to play it back.
yay.
Subs warming up. We'll see if Mika's prediction is correct with Seb Contreras. I mean, you would think that he would be the first one off the bench in terms of the attacking talent on the bench. He is certainly one of the more prominent names.
Yeah. And I just think that, I don't know, this doesn't seem like it's Omar's game today. That right side has been just nothing really, nothing doing.
And now Drew Becky is down off the ball. Seemed like he may have just taken it. So the referee's gesturing that it may have been a head injury. So he's down, receiving treatment now.
Nurse Choppa.
Like we said, we're pretty thin at defense right now.
Got McKinney, and that's it.
So I mean, the change would likely be McKinney, as the physio is signaling for a change. I think it's gonna end up being McKinney and then Kiffy playing at center back.
Fullbacks in the middle of defense. You love to see it.
Fullbacks.
And by love, I mean hate.
Fullbacks, 3 fullbacks and a midfielder in our
Kill me.
in our back line.
Fuck.
Yikes.
This just makes me even more pissed off about Shiro's red. Like, this is, my God.
Well, hopefully this is the second week running now that a Locomotive player's come off with a head injury.
We just absolutely cannot catch a break with these injuries. It's like it's a revolving door. One
Yeah.
person comes out and then we're losing one again.
And he's straight down the tunnel.
Obviously, hope he's alright.
Yeah, hoping Drew is okay. McKinney is introduced. We will see kind of what the shape looks like. Moses not having the best of games against Tacoma in his full home debut A little bit of a couple of rough patches for him, but
So is that now James Kiffey in the center, at center back?
it would
and
appear.
that's a shame too, because that was our only wide
Attack,
outlet
yeah.
in this game, and now we've narrowed the pitch even more.
And Jay, no, we didn't get an explanation for Chiro's red, nor will we ever. I don't think the
Literally,
league,
all they said is violent conduct.
the league called it violent conduct, and I can't see from video or there was no explanation from the officials to the broadcast. There's no explanation from the officials to the teams. So, yeah, just a very strange one in the end. Is now Omar down in pain.
Yeah, I think he probably took a boot to the leg, to the knee rather.
He's getting back to his feet. Still waiting to see the incident, as it looks like he'll walk it off. But Omar's doing a little bit, or a lot of that, it seems like,
Yeah.
today. RGV back on the ball. This has been a weird few minutes where
Yeah.
a lot of time has elapsed, but not that much actual play has occurred.
Yeah.
Right.
And I really don't think we're going to get all of this time back.
I don't
it's-
think so either.
Been no rhythm to this half for us.
So, as we're across the hour mark now, Locomotive in possession, but Jerome Kiesewetter, obviously, his return, Locomotive have really struggled to get him involved. As this ball going forward down the right-hand side, cross will come in from Omar.
Oof, Richie just
And Richie
misses.
tried to head it down for Yuma, couldn't get to it, and then Kiffy, couple of sliding challenges, gets skip pass. Yuma's back helping out. It slid through. It comes back for Small to hit it, and he's just not had.
Mika, if you could have seen your own face.
Bruh. I mean, he's not a center back, so it's like I can't shit on him that much. But why? How are we this unlucky? Like with our injuries, it's just crazy.
Yeah, this is
Texas Tech. I need answers.
explain yourselves. As that shot from Salazar actually did take a deflection on the way through, and it is a corner for RGV. Camera work leaving something to be desired, but it is headed away at the near post.
Nice turn.
Edson trying to run away with the ball. Ball played out well, looking for Omar. And there's an RGV player down on the edge of the area. Not sure exactly what occurred, but
Props
He's
to
just
the ref
cramping?
for giving more injury transparency than all of USL.
I always find it weird when players get on-field treatment for like minor shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's really not what's supposed to happen.
Right.
Like if you're cramping, then they should move you to the sideline.
Yeah.
IMO, IMHO. You know.
TBH.
Yeah.
TBF.
Richie and Mark discussing things, but I mean, so Jerome Kiesewetter not really involved, and it's kind of shown because we haven't really created all that much outside of the couple of chances in the first half, and now close to 20 minutes into the second, we still haven't seen any real attacks.
Yeah.
This entire half. So
I just think 4-2-3-1 was maybe the wrong choice for this fixture. Just because there's just so much room out there, and they can just sit back and prevent us from going through the lines as Jerome's trying to get on the ball any way he can.
And thought there might have been a foul on Jerome there, but no, says the referee, and RGV going back the other way. Chapa trying to track back, ball played in behind, but not near any of the RGV attackers, so Locomotive able to come back the other way with it. But yeah, I mean, still time. Me and Christian were getting fatalistic against Phoenix, and then Edson scored a screamer. So
Yeah.
there is still time to get back into this. It's just the pattern of play right now is not looking that promising.
What concerns me is that this looks like the same Locomotive team from the last time Jerome was on the field, 4 or 5 weeks ago or whatever it was. So it doesn't look like we've improved as a unit, which that worries me.
McKinney wins the ball, but then a little bit of a mix-up, and Edson not able to hold that in. Seb Velasquez trying to play that ball back out and just trying to create some type of interchange there on the left-hand side, but no fluency or fluidity to Locomotive's play in the attacking third right now. And yeah, that's about sums it up. But McKinney with the interception again. Kiesewetter with his first real involvement of the half plays the pass back to Richie Ryan. Chapa turning on the ball. Pass played out wide for Yuma, who has gotten forward. Yuma plays a flat cross into the box, and it's headed behind by RGV. I think it will be a corner for Locomotive. I mean, you have to say we've had very few forays forward in this half, and this is the type of situation that we need to try to snatch a goal here and kind of change the I guess calculus of this game a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely a turning point. Let's see if we can make some magic here, but I have my doubts.
It's Kiffy over it.
Outswinger.
In towards the center, shanked clearance. Might be a chance here. Andrew Fox to hit one! Ooh. Oh, and it is deflected and behind for a corner. We know Andrew Fox can strike a ball. He had a decent finish against San Antonio, and nearly had a goal there from the second phase of that set piece opportunity.
Yeah, these are the things though. Like the mistakes like that clearance are just the things that we absolutely have to capitalize on. We have to take advantage, and we just can't.
Kiffy's going to deliver another one from the same side. In towards the center, Fox rising and Kiesewetter nearly with the overhead at that.
Foul called anyways.
They called the foul against Fox, rising to win the header.
Guys, if we had 2 bikes in 2 weeks,
that would have been almost worse if he had put it in and then it would have been whistled back.
I might have cried.
Yeah, I would have left.
Fox just competing for the header. I always find those fouls to be on attacking players to be very
harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like if all someone has to do to be fouled is not compete for a header, then why would you ever jump for one?
Yeah.
Right.
You'd just be fouled every time as a cross comes in from Kiffy too near Corti, and in the RGV goal, he's able to collect, and yeah, we're approaching that like 20 minutes left mark. Still no changes to the attacking shape, and I mean, do you think he rolls the dice with Seb soon, or do you think he's kind of just seeing this out now that the back line is so kind of makeshift? Do you think he's wary of making more changes?
I mean, I don't think you lose anything by bringing Contreras in, so I think we will see it before the game is over.
Yeah, agreed.
I think it's interesting that I expected with the size of the field as Chapa tries to spray a pass out wide for Omar but can't connect on it. I guess I expected Edson to be more influential given how much width he normally provides us.
Yeah.
But a lot of times today he was actually kind of cutting inside, trying to get into more like shooting areas. Do you think that maybe there should have been a little more instruction just to kind of hug that touchline and kind of try to spread the field out as RGV getting forward here? Another opportunity, well done in the end. I can't even tell who's playing center back anymore. So.
Yeah, no, to your point about Edson, yeah, perhaps he could have been told to go wide, but then again, Kiffy comes back.
Right.
And we all know he loves to overlap, so maybe he felt kind of, forced to come into that half space, but...
A player off screen played a pass back to Andrew Fox, and I'm just... This is very disorienting.
Shouts.
I thought it was an off-target pass, but McKinney, I guess, was somewhere down there off camera. This pitch is so big that the camera can't even capture the whole thing.
I don't think this is a USL problem in this case. I think that if he went any farther back, it would be just too hard to...
More issues with the turf as Chapa kind of loses his footing. But Locomotive in possession. RGV obviously happy to defend this lead. Locomotive haven't really looked like creating anything too dangerous from open play. So sure they're pretty content to let them pass around the back line. But they are trying to get forward here through McKinney down that left-hand side. It's back infield for Seb Velasquez, who has done most of the work in the attacking sense for Locomotive today, and actually could have put them 1-0 up from a decent opportunity, although it would have been a good goal if he had finished it, and then that skill move to create the second as Seb Contreras being readied, although I don't love the camera cutting away during an attack. As Locomotive forced out a little bit. But Contreras being readied, I mean, who do you think the change will be for?
I hope it's for Omar Salgado. I'm not convinced by him today.
Watch him score a goal right now.
Please do. I love to be wrong in those situations.
Seb Velasquez trying to play that pass through, just in between a couple of bodies.
Let's see.
The substitution is about to be made, but
For Partida.
yeah, Edson coming off.
That's reasonable too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Edson coming off, unable to have the impact that he's had the past couple of weeks. Even from a delivery standpoint, in terms of the crosses, he was able to provide a lot of good crosses the last couple of weeks, and didn't really see that in this outing from him.
Yeah, and I think that's just indicative of, a young player. Their form's going to dip in and out. And, this is a tough away game, so.
Another hydration break here, which, interesting note, last week against Tacoma, the temperature in Southwest University Park, according to, like Google weather or whatever, was 99 at kickoff. And no hydration breaks against Tacoma. A little bit of I don't know, I found that a little bit weird.
Looks like Gomez is being
readied as well.
prepped, yep.
Yeah, Gomez might be. We've seen some some spots here and there in the few minutes that he has got. We've seen some bright spots. So, I mean, he was a few inches away from scoring a freaking golazo in God, where was that? Tulsa?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tulsa.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's definitely got a goal in him. It's just a matter of whether getting the 15 or 10 or 15 minutes is enough for him to really put a stamp on the game, because we've never really seen him for more than that amount of time.
Right.
Right.
It'll be interesting. I mean, we saw him, kind of getting briefed and everything. I wonder if he does come in when that is going to be, because like you've said before, Phil, Mark likes to keep that last sub in his pocket. So
Yeah.
if he comes in early,
So Velasquez on the edge of the area he's appealing for the foul. He's shaping to shoot, kind of twisted around, and again the referee kind of showing his penchant for not really calling those borderline fouls. Locomotive able to maintain possession though, so Richie trying to play that line breaking pass through, and Seb Contreras maybe just not. Oh, it's actually deflected behind for a corner. Seb Contreras over to take the delivery. I mean, we know he can definitely strike a dead ball very well. Can he put this delivery into a good area? It nearly fell down in the center, but Contreras able to collect the clearance. Kiffy coming up through the center, the Chiro roll, the advanced central defender is Seb Contreras now running at players, trying to roll it through. It's just not falling for Omar. Yeah, Chapa unable to shape that pass or squeeze that pass through some traffic.
So the other day, I had brought up that we hadn't heard Gomez's name in a long time, and then he starts coming up again. Another name, unless I missed a trade or something, we also haven't heard from Castellanos in quite a bit.
So I think Castellanos actually has a long-term injury. From what the club was saying, I guess he has like a knee something.
Yeah.
They didn't, as USL is not going to. They're not going to give the details, but yeah, Castellanos obviously had a decent impact at the beginning of the season, and
when he put that defender on his ass in Salt Lake.
Yeah, we haven't really seen him since then. Locomotive maybe picking up the tempo a little bit, trying some different stuff. A ball over the top, headed away by RGV. Attempt to be held in by Fox.
Well done.
Does so well. Locomotive able to recycle possession. I mean, we're into the last 15 minutes. This first goal has to come soon if we want to turn this into a win. Jerome Kiesewetter chasing that ball out the back, but it is out for a goal kick. I mean, if you want the win to stay in the Copa Tejas, we've got to score that first one soon.
Yeah, for sure.
If we're talking more pragmatically about maintaining, as Chapa's going to be sacrificed for Josue Aaron Gomez, who comes on. It's an attacking change for sure, because we know that, Chapa obviously playing as that central midfielder. We're now more or less playing with, like, what I was making fun of San Antonio for. We're playing with kind of like 4 forwards.
Yeah, and like no defenders.
And
what's the point? None of our defense is in their position anymore, so.
Well, I mean, the way the game is set up too, like RGV is only really going to play on the counter anyways. So we're not going to have to defend the way that we have been for much more of the game. It doesn't really.
Yeah, that's.
It's kind of they're just trying to defend this lead at this point, and hit us on the break. If they see the opportunity. This ball rolled through McKinney, maybe with a chance to deliver this one.
Oh, that's off them, no?
And I think he's actually. I think he's actually given a foul against McKinney there as he competed for that ball. Is there another change? This time it is for RGV, and it's going to be Small, who missed the first chance of the game and let Locomotive absolutely off the hook. And it's going to be Remilio coming on. Was it Remilio who, as Small does the classic, doesn't realize that it's him who's being subbed?
Time wasting.
Yeah. Remilio, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was the one who hit the stunner from distance for them in that first game.
Just looking that up right now.
Unless they've changed squad numbers at some point, but I want to say the 8 was the one who, their number 8 was the one who scored that. Maybe he scored the equalizer. But either way, the free kick's taken long, and Locomotive are back in possession. We have just about 10 minutes left to play. Locomotive needs something soon if they're going to get anything out of this match. Leaving it late. So blaming Fernie a little bit for this one, or any other United fans out there, because this has a very United Crystal Palace feel.
Yo, Palace away though, they're like ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah, that was a weird game.
It was Hernandez and Enriquez that scored against us.
Oh,
in that game.
Enriquez. Okay. As RGV have a goal kick. Yeah, again, the wind has been whipping, but both teams have really played a lot on the ground, so the wind not really a factor.
Yeah.
As much as you would think. Although RGV in this situation kicking into the wind, maybe not able to get the distance on the clearances that they would like, and Locomotive have won this pretty high up the field. Kiesewetter actually able to skill on the ball really well. Velasquez running into space, slides it through, but they just get their wires crossed again, and it's just one of those days where, you know, people are zigging when they should zag, and
Yep.
I wish he just would have shot that.
I was gonna say, if you're already in the box, go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's painful.
It was Josue Gomez who was running ahead, and just didn't anticipate that ball coming through from Velasquez. I really do think, like you said, just at this point, just get a shot on target.
Yeah.
And
maybe you can get a rebound.
Yeah. Or, you know, through a crowd of bodies or whatever. It's Richie Ryan.
Richie trying to get sent off.
Richie Ryan now commits another foul. He's called over by the referee. It looks like he's just being cautioned. I don't think he's being sent off. So no second yellow for Richie Ryan.
I can see.
Little clumsy. But yeah, no, it stays 11 on 11. No red card for Richie, because at this point a suspension is something we can ill afford. There really should be, by the end of this, there should be about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
At least
5,
of
6
stoppage
minutes.
time.
We won't see it though.
Probably 4.
Mark Lowry deep in thought.
Yeah.
I think he's thinking just like you said, or no, I think it was in the YouTube chat. Like, how the hell do we score if this lineup cannot score a goal?
Right.
What do we need to do?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a weird situation, because it's definitely one of the more attacking lineups that we've played, but it's not balanced, I guess.
It just feels like we have a team full of 10s.
Yeah. And I know Mark felt that at one point as well, where he just said, like, we have a lot of skillful players, but like you just need that guy who can score.
Yeah.
In this game, more so our issue has been all our creative players are creating different from what the receiver of that creativity should be doing.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
Everyone's just been on different wavelengths, I think.
That medic lady is bad though. Oh my god, that's funny.
You gotta keep it real, I guess. You know,
I suppose.
Even when the game's not going good, you just gotta try to find the silver lining.
Yeah.
Is that ball deflected into the area, or in towards the area?
Who the fuck said
off
that?
McKinney?
That's hilarious.
It is Irv Gutierrez.
Irv, what the fuck, man?
This one comes out wide. Omar for Richie. McKinney, chance to put a ball in the box. Decent cross. Kiesewetter was interested but couldn't get on the end of it, headed away by RGV. McKinney does really well to keep it in, though. Yuma forward. Long cross came in. It turned into a shot, and it had Corti sprawling. Couldn't even tell who it was out there on the left-hand side. As RGV ready another change, and it'll be Rodriguez who comes off. And Beckford will replace him. Just a move. I mean, classic time wasting move. Also, make a sub and just run some more time off the clock. Deshane Beckford coming in. Kevin Rodriguez off. Deshane Beckford, not to be confused with, I believe it was Jermaine Beckford, former Leeds player, who famously scored at Old Trafford to knock United out of the FA Cup, and then basically was given a contract at, I want to say Everton, based off of that goal.
Because that's smart.
He was not a success at the higher levels, but Jermaine Beckford, just a Leeds legend from when they were like in League One, as now RGV trying to get that dagger, trying to get that second. They might have an opportunity here. Good tracking back in the end by Locomotive. Good last-ditch defending to just block the shot and keep it from becoming any more of an issue. Richie Ryan bringing it forward. Richie really will have to be careful in these last few minutes not to get sent off, as that long ball from Contreras looking for Omar Salgado, who had made a run through the middle, is cut out by RGV, and then McKinday tried to lay the ball off for Fox, I think, who is also kind of out in that wide attacking area. It's all become very disjointed, and you can tell that this is not an 11 that has ever played together.
No. And RGV, I don't know, maybe their coach is inspired by Diego Simeone, because this is score one and lock it up is basically their plan. Yeah,
he's and I mean they've executed it so far. We haven't been able to break him down. With a couple exceptions in the first half. That ball rolled through. McKinday can't quite get to it. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like we're kind of toiling with not a lot of reward for it.
No, it's all very tedious, to be honest. It's man, and as Jerome Kiesfeder, you gotta be frustrated just sitting up there all night long waiting for something.
Cody Bogmeyer say, I think she needs to be with the parent club. So call her up to the Dynamo. There's now foul given against Andrew Fox for going up for a header again.
There's a little bit of climbing there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hands involved.
All I know about the Dynamo is that their stadium was designed by the same people who designed the Emirates. So, fun fact.
Nice.
And it's supposedly a nice stadium.
Yeah, it would be nicer if people ever went to Dynamo games, but
fair enough.
It's crazy I don't know, because it's such a big city and it's just always empty.
It's sad.
Yeah, but RGV, I don't know, putting it to us on this one, just tactically, they just outplayed us in kind of every aspect. They didn't allow us to attack. They looked dangerous on the counter, and
well, it's like I said, they're an MLS 2 side, but they're not an MLS 2 side.
Right.
Got a little bit more to them, a little bit more of an identity, I think, apart from their parent club. In comparison to your Galaxy 2s and your Defiances and the like.
It is still just 1-0 though. Anything can happen, as I tell myself, as I try to talk myself into the fact that we may just snatch something from this game. Velasquez trying to create some space for himself. Fox out wide. McKinday's kind of been that outlet. They're used to seeing James Kiffey out there, but McKinday's been that outlet on the left.
McKinney had a nice cross.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, good delivery. Unfortunate that couldn't get Kiesewetter on the end of it because he thrives on that type of service, but the long switch looking for McKinney again is asking too much of him and is out for a throw for RGV.
We got 5 minutes. 5 minutes extra time.
All right. Well, we got 5. I still think it was probably more, but at least it wasn't like 3 or something absurd like that.
Yeah.
Or 0.
Yeah.
Or just.
You know what? Game over.
That's the kind of shit that would happen to us, though. I wouldn't be really surprised.
Throw going in, looking for
Yeah, he's
Fox, and
definitely
Richie
getting cards there.
Richie's off.
Yeah.
100%.
Come on, man. Oof.
Yeah, Richie sent off, second yellow.
Like, even if he didn't make contact with him there, like, that just wasn't the right way to put. That wasn't the right position to put yourself in with, considering the circumstances of the game.
I don't think he makes a ton of contact.
Yeah. But just going in for an aggressive tackle like that, when the ref's already, the ref's looking
Actually,
for it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But he does clip him a bit.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He there's a little bit of contact, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not. Wow. Okay, so we're down to 10. Third straight game in which we have had a player sent off.
It's hilarious because if you have never watched us before and you just look at what happens in our games, like from a FOT mob, you're like, wow, this is the dirtiest team in the world.
Yeah.
But we're not.
No.
It's
I'd be
just
interested
ridiculous.
now that I'm looking at. Let's take a look at the stats. Yeah, I mean we've only committed 7 fouls in the whole game.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So.
And Richie set to miss his first minutes of the whole season, I think.
Yeah.
It's forced. Wow. Yeah.
El Paso playing with 10 men. What else is new?
Yeah,
Like,
just leave that banner on the screen.
Evergreen banner. We're still pushing here. If we can get an equalizer now,
Oh, man.
then that would be McKinney floating a good cross in.
Oh!
Omar at the far post. I can't tell what is happening. There was some kind of... Everybody stopped. I couldn't tell if he was appealing for a corner or what, but either way, it is out for a goal kick. RGV making another change.
This will probably take us to the 95th minute.
I do hope that, well, I mean, with the substitution happening in stoppage time, technically you should play beyond
Yeah.
the added time, but I guess we'll see. Richie. Oh, that's so bad for next, like, not for this game, because 10, 11, 13, it didn't seem like we were going to do anything.
Yeah.
But I know Richie will feel like a little hard done by, but he has to know that you can't make that challenge when you're on a yellow.
He's a very experienced player. There's just really no... I don't know. There's no excusing that for me.
Bird here in space. RGV might just be able to ice this one off. Deflected behind. It's a corner. That'll probably take us down to just about 95. Well, 94-30 by the time they take it. So maybe one last action if the referee actually adds on any time for stoppages in stoppage time, but RGV obviously in no rush to take the corner, and the referee also in no rush to make them take the corner. So
we continue winless in Copa Tejas.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
They take this to the corner as you'd expect, and then throw goes Locomotive's way. This is it. I mean, if they're gonna do anything, it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen very, very quickly.
10 seconds. Yeah.
Long ball. Let's go. It's Stick it in the mixer. .com.
Absolute Hail Mary.
Out wide.
And of course, the referee's going to be all over the time for this half. He let about
It's a wild pass from Contreras into the center of the field, intercepted by RGV. They're going to try to hit us on the counter. Referee letting them play on. RGV here. Good save by Logan Ketterer to keep it 1-0. And we've played an additional 20 seconds. Maybe we can get an extra minute out of this. The referee not looking too eager to blow the whistle. That ball out towards McKinday, but every single pass, whenever we get into the attacking like phase of play, every single pass has been like off.
Yeah,
like there hasn't been a decent pass played in an attacking sense, like in the entire second half. And any additional time, which we did get, credit to the referee, he added an additional minute. But it is full time. It's 1-0. RGV get the win, and I mean, that's a rough performance from Locomotive.
I'm very frustrated with this team right now.
If only ESPN Plus was already packaged with Disney, then I could turn this shit off and watch Lizzie McGuire. But alas, I'll sit here and think about how bad this game was.
It's a little strange that it ended the way that it did, with how open the first half was.
Yeah.
Is it just a case of RGV settled down and maybe at halftime just said, hey, we're not trying to like get that goal as early as possible, but once we have it, was the plan always just to sit back and try to frustrate?
It looked like it.
Yeah, it did.
We couldn't do anything when they were playing free, so if they decided to close shop, then we definitely weren't going to be able to do anything.
And I have to give them credit. It was probably the best defending that I've seen in USL as a unit.
Yeah.
Like, they look very well drilled.
I will say it did seem like we made it a little easy on them in the attacking phase.
That's true. It's true.
We didn't.
We weren't troubling them much. So.
Yeah, it was frustrating because I think like with our best players involved, you'd expect to create something. But like you said earlier, Kiesewetter isolated basically for the entirety. Like, we didn't get him on the end of anything throughout 90 minutes. And then, the guys that you'd expect to make differences in wide positions, I mean, particularly Omar, because he's had to be played as a striker, and we talk about how it's not his preferred position, but I mean, he was playing in his preferred position tonight and still wasn't making any type of impact.
No, yeah, I'm sorry, he was not good tonight.
No excuses this week for anyone, I don't think.
Yeah, and then I mean, that the Richie sending off is going to be especially magnified next week when we're just short on personnel. Chiro obviously will be back for the next one, but maybe Bassetti, although he didn't make it wasn't on the bench. Cody, I mean, I appreciate that, but wish they could have shown a little more fight, a little more energy. They just looked a little flat all game, and you were saying it in the chat, and it absolutely was just a bad, I don't know, it was an okay first half, followed by just a shockingly poor second.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
I would say that the couple of mistakes in the first half could have been punished. On balance, RGV probably could have won this game. I would say it could have been 3.
Yeah.
And we really could only put our name on maybe 1, like a half chance here and then a half chance for Seb on the second one.
A combined 1 goal.
Yeah, like maybe 1. So all in all, I mean, we definitely deserve to lose. But one of those days, I guess. Darren, I kind of agree with you, Keith. Maybe rushed slightly, not looking 100%, but then again, I mean, the way that he's played for us too, he thrives on on other players getting him the ball. That really his only, I want to say Colorado, his first goal that he scored right at the beginning of the second half of Colorado Springs was the only goal that he's really like dribbled the ball.
Yeah, where it was like kind of a solo effort.
He kind of created it himself. Yeah. A bit of a weird one. I mean, but silver lining, there's always a bright, always look on the bright side of life. New Mexico got fucking spanked tonight by San Antonio.
Did they?
And I don't love San Antonio by any stretch, but it was 5-0. So
yeet.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. I think Austin Bold, I'm hoping that they also lost because that kind of makes things a little less. Yep. OKC beating Austin Bold.
So we still have a shot at second.
Yeah, and then Orange County currently leads Real Monarchs 1-0, and then Fresno and Colorado Springs they just kicked off about 10 minutes ago. Las Vegas Lights and Timbers 2 kicked off.
This is how
like 3 minutes ago.
This is how just average we are. Okay, 8 wins, 8 draws, 8 losses, 26 goals scored, 26 conceded.
That is
13th.
Like just the team we are. We are
Yeah,
exactly
like,
dead center of the league.
Just,
and there's Austin in 5th with a -4 goal difference.
yeah, like what?
What even is USL?
Yeah. But anyways, guys, I mean, I know we didn't enjoy the match, but I hope you guys enjoyed our commentary, as cynical as it can get.
Thanks for hanging,
on a night
guys.
like this. Thanks for sticking with us. And for those of you that went the full 90, you did better than Richie Ryan tonight. So,
Damn.
But no, just kidding. Love you, Richie. Except now you're suspended, and so anyways, we'll be back with a new episode on Tuesday, or we'll record on Tuesday. So check that out. And thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys haven't checked this out before, you can listen to the podcast on any podcast platform, Spotify, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts. And then you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So check us out. And until next time, guys, stay loco.